focus? Yeah. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Ambro's Landscape YouTube channel. In today's video, we are doing the first impressions video on the Husqvarna pole trimmer, hedge trimmer, model number 525HF3S. And yes, I wrote it down. So I've been using this hedge trimmer for the past few months now, at the end of 2018 and beginning of 19, and I've used it on a variety of different shrubs, small, medium, and large hedges. So this trimmer was sent to me from Husqvarna. I am in a Husqvarna group, Husky Squad, and so I'm going to be talking about what I like and dislike about this so far, and then I plan on doing another follow-up video on these type of trimmers and why I choose not to use these in my landscaping business. But that's another day. So let's get started to the awesome intro. Now, some of the features that I really like on the Husqvarna hedge trimmer is, for one, it's the front tip guard. These are really nice, and I really like it when manufacturers install these on hedge trimmers, mostly just to help prevent the blades getting damaged, especially when you're doing any kind of low cutting along any hard surfaces like concrete, or at least the concrete edges, since a lot of shrubs tend to grow over those. One thing that I also really like is the full engine enclosure. This is something I didn't really like in the past. But I'm starting to like it a little bit more, especially when hedge trimming, because especially when you're cutting large hedges or anything above you, all that debris that's falling down, you don't want it to get caught around the engine. So having the whole thing enclosed really keeps out a lot of that debris. Husqvarna does add a little bit of a heat shield on the engine, so when you go to rest your arm when weed whacking, and this is one thing I do all the time, and I can't tell you on my old Echoes how many times I would burn myself, or I would have a burn mark right here on my arm from weed whacking all day, and then that either the spark plug or just the engine mount getting really hot. So the fact that they added at least a little bit of a plate to prevent that is very, very nice. And then the cover along the top of the spark plug is a little solid too, so you're not gonna have to worry about that as well. The gas tank is really nice, has a very long neck so that when you go to refill it, you don't have to tilt the engine. This is one thing I have to do a lot on my seal trimmers, and it's really annoying. So the fact that the neck is really long, where you can set it straight on the ground and then fill it up from there, is nice. The fact that you can kind of see through the gas tank so you can see how much fill you have is also another great feature. This is one of the things that I absolutely hate about steel products. Even though the products look really nice, it's really hard to gauge how much gas is left in the gas tank because the transparency on the tanks is not really well. So the fact that the gas tank has a long neck and you can see it is another great and beneficial thing for me when using this trimmer. Now, I do like the way that Husqvarna did the choke lever on this one. It's nice that it is on top of the engine compared to being on the side or out the back. I like the fact that it is level and worked into the engine cover itself, so you don't have to worry about anything getting snagged onto it. This is a problem that I had with my old Echo trimmers, was the fact that the old levers used to stick out the backside of the engines, and so if we ever were to drop them, or if they were ever moved around in the truck or trailer, left on the floor, we accidentally broke a couple of little levers on them. So the fact that this one's actually enclosed in with the engine, and all you do is click it up, click it down, and it feels very solid, is really nice for me. I like that the carburetor is enclosed in with the engine, so you don't have to worry about anything getting snagged or broken onto. And all you have to do is just release the air cover on it, and you can easily access it, which is really, really nice. So some of the benefits of having trimmers like this, or at least this specific trimmer, is that for very tall guys, they are very beneficial since it is a back saver. Especially when trimming low ground shrubs or even up above your head, some like large hedges. That is one of the greatest things about this compared to a handheld, is just the reach that you do have. And of course, like I said, the back saver. I've been having quite a lot of problems with my lower back over the past few years, mostly due to hedge trimming. When I use the handheld hedge trimmer, I tend to kind of twist my back when doing some like really low shrubs. So having something like this really does prevent a lot of that from happening. Now, what's nice is that the top guard on top of the hedge trimmer, I typically remove those on all my hedge trimmers because they just seem to get in the way. Every time I go to do any kind of hedge trimming job, they seem to kind of push the brush away from the blades, preventing it from being cut. And so the job tends to take a little bit longer, and I just get extremely frustrated with it. So I typically take those off. What's nice about this one is that it's not that long compared to other ones, and a lot of it has to do with the type of trimmer it is. But this one I won't have to remove. which is really nice. Comparing the Husqvarna trimmer to other brands such as Echo and Stihl, the trimmer has its perks and then of course it has its drawbacks. Looking at how the Husky compares to similar trimmers on the market, it has the same power as the Echo SHC2620, a longer blade length than both Stihl and Echo, which will help out for more tall guys in their backs like I mentioned earlier, but will be more difficult in tighter areas, but does carry the most weight out of all of them. Price-wise, it's okay, but honestly, if you're going to spend that much money, I would personally go with an articulating hedge trimmer instead of a straight shaft. And the RedMax SRTZ260F, another long, confusing model name, is basically the same thing as the Husky, so nothing really to compare there. Now, when it comes to the kill switch on the trimmer, it's kind of a love-hate relationship for me. The one thing I love about it is that it is a kill switch, meaning that when you actually click it up to kill the engine, it will actually automatically come back down. Where on, for instance, the 580 BTS Baptic blower, you have to actually click it up and then manually click it back down in order to start it up again. So I love the fact that it's a kill switch, a spring-load kill switch, but the one thing I don't like about it is that when I'm hedge trimming and I have the hedge trimmer close to my body and I'm kind of moving it around, sometimes the kill switch will get caught on my sweatshirt or my pant leg and it will actually kill the motor and then you have to start it back up again. Not a big inconvenience, but gets kind of annoying if it happens quite a bit, especially when you're in those tight, reach spots. So I would prefer more of a kill switch that's a little bit more flat rather than something that sticks up that can easily get caught on your clothing. All right, guys, so that is my first impressions video on the Husqvarna pole trimmer 525HF3S. I'm sorry, we got to change that. It's just not a good name. So far, I really like it. It has its place. I plan on keeping it in my trailer for sure. It has its place in the landscape. Like I said, it's not a one trimmer for all hedges. If you want to use it, go for it. For me, I personally don't like to use it for everything, but it does have a really good cut and it does have its place in the landscape. But other than that, really like it. Be sure to leave a comment down below of what other hedge trimmers that you guys personally like to use, what you guys think of this one, and what you guys think of Husqvarna overall. So thanks so much, guys, for watching. Good to be back on YouTube, and I will see you guys next time on Ambro's Landscaping.